So I need to address this pre-trib rapture that is going around, and everybody um, uh, is all kinds of excited, saying that they have the time and the hour, and I've seen some people that have worked out math to almost the minute of when the rapture is going to happen. If you don't know, the rapture is a Christian idea that God is going to poof you away, turn you into spirit, basically yank your spirit out of the meat suit and take you into the spiritual realm, into heaven immediately. Um, yeah, that doesn't fit, guys. That doesn't fit with anything. That doesn't fit with the Bible. That theology did not come about until John Darby brought it up in the early 1800s. You would think that for almost 2,000 years, the church, somebody would have come up with that earlier, and I don't agree with that interpretation at all. Number one, it's against the nature of God. God does not raise cowards. You look at the early Christian church, look at the apostles. I mean, they suffered greatly. If you have a copy of the book of Maccabees, look at what happened to the Jews who were suffering for God under the Romans. It describes some pretty severe tortures. Look at what ISIS has done in the Middle East. And the only crime of these people for being thrown in a cage and burned alive is that they're Christians. That's the only crime. So why do you think that you are so special, that you are so great, that you're going to be spared from persecution in the last days? That's ludicrous. And I've got bad news for you. That's a false doctrine. It is 100% a false doctrine. You're not going to be spared any more than the Christians in China or the Christians in North Korea, and they are there, or in India or anywhere else. They're being persecuted. If they're being persecuted, why doesn't God just yank them out? Why doesn't he rapture them out? Why doesn't he make that not happen? Well, that's because the church is supposed to be bringing the kingdom of God to earth. You are supposed to be an emissary behind enemy lines. That's the whole point. You're supposed to be like a spiritual paratrooper behind enemy lines. You're not supposed to be some kind of, I don't know, lapdog that just has absolutely no discomfort. And therein lies the very core of this great deception, this pre-trib rapture, this great deception that, does anybody want to be tortured? No. Does anybody want to be uncomfortable? No. That's not human nature. But God says overcome nature. Paul said overcome the flesh, subdue the flesh, so that the spirit can flow. If you fast spiritually, intentionally, you'll find out real fast that there is way more to this world than just pursuing comfort. There's a lot more to this world than going after the avoidance of troubles. In fact, it is in the midst of troubles that God shines through most brightly. You go ahead and tell me about one saint or one story that you heard in church that actually touched you right where you live, right here, that didn't involve trouble. Tell me of one story in the Bible where God didn't quite literally ride to the rescue. It doesn't exist. This is the beginning of the great deception, because when the rapture, the pre-tribulation rapture, does not happen, there are going to be millions upon millions of Christians all around the world who not only have their faith shaken, many of them will have it completely broken because they put their faith in a lie. I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. I'm okay with that. Because even if your faith is broken, God can still put those pieces back together. When I was at a point in my life where I could not hold on to my faith, God held on to me. So I want to encourage you today. There's a lot more to this world than avoiding discomfort, than avoiding persecution. In fact, if you actually really mean it, that you want to be a soldier of God, that you want to be a soldier of the cross, it's your job to go forth and be brave and go into those situations where you are persecuted, you are maligned, people lie about you, people, they slander your name. Because ultimately, it's not them slandering you, it's them slandering him who sent you. You know why? Because the current ruler of this realm, the enemy, he can't come after God. He can't kill God. So what does he do? He tries to take the thing that is most precious to God, which is his children. I hope this finds you well. I hope it encourages you. If you have questions, drop a comment. Give a like, a share, a comment. It helps spread this. I love you. Be blessed.